Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Julie from Valley Soul in Huntsville, Alabama, and we got a shipment we have been waiting for like 6 weeks from Spain yesterday, and we're so excited. So a lot of you had some custom-made stuff on it, and I know you guys have been like, please come in. When are my shoes going to arrive? I hope they're here in time for Thanksgiving, and they arrived, and they're so pretty. So some of our favorite companies, some of our favorite makers to work with actually hand make the shoes. So we have a whole section of the store that is handmade, that we work with smaller factories in Europe to make the shoes for us. And that personally is my favorite because I love knowing who I'm supporting, who the family is, how the shoes are being made, what kind of materials that they're using. That stuff is really important, like in where we spend our money, right? So just like we're so thankful when you guys choose to shop local with us at Valley Soul. The same thing for us, like where we go and spend our money, is that we want you guys to know that we are thorough. We are intentional about the makers that we work with. So one of the makers that we love is HOMERS. They're all handmade in Menorca, Spain, and it's Louis and his brothers, and it's just a small little family business. His dad's in the business. They each have their own role, and they actually hand make the shoes for us. And it's one of my favorite buys every year because when we walk into the booth to meet with him and see his new shoes, it's just like, these are so pretty. And who doesn't want to go buy things that you love touching and feeling and just love the look and style of? So that's HOMERS, and that's what we're talking about today. So if you have something in mind, like I know Kim, one of our longtime customers, she wanted a navy boot. Here, I'll show you which one. So she wanted this boot in navy, and she said, Julie, is there any way you can get this for me in navy? And I said, I'm sure Louis can make it for you. And she was like, I'll take it in brown, but I don't even want you to tell him that I'll take it in brown because I want it in navy. So we sent in the order. It took 4 to 6 weeks for them to make it for us, and it came in, and they're beautiful. So it's really neat being able to have shoes like that. And yes, they're an investment piece. They're all $300-400, but you get something totally handmade for you. Usually if you do something like that, it's like well into the thousands. So for what you get, they're really, really reasonably priced, not to mention the leathers that are in them. So we got a couple new styles today. These we actually shipped in while we were at the show because I saw them. They were out for spring, and I went, we're in Alabama. Is there any way to get these for fall, like for now? So he said, yes, I can go ahead and make them for you. So so that's what these are. So we have 2 new, and then we have 2 new restocks, and some restocks on the boot. So if you have been craving a HOMERS and we haven't had your size, this today would be a good time to come in and grab it. So this is the first one. I love this. So this is obviously a loafer, but do you see how it has this open on top? So a breathable loafer, super functional. They have that sacchetto-construction, so just moves with your foot. Such a soft leather. I love this touch of gold on it. So really, really pretty, very classic. Loafers are what a lot of you are moving into this time of year where it's not quite cold yet, but it's not 1,000,000 degrees outside. This is a great option for that, where you look put together, you still could wear it with a fall outfit without looking summery, but it's breathable, you're not going to get hot, and it'll go into spring, summer. So it's really a year-round shoe. So beautiful on the foot, and you have a little bit of that wooden heel. I also love that it's that wood look instead of being a black. It really opens up what it goes with, and again makes it year-round instead of just fall, just winter, or just spring, that's a really beautiful one. And then the other new one that we fell in love with, look how pretty this is. So this is that suede, but it has the perf in it. So you get a little design. This looks really good if you have a longer foot. It breaks it up a little bit. So still very, very classic, but actually breathable. So pretty on the foot. Dresses up so well. So this is great just to throw in your bag because you can wear it with every outfit that you own. There's nothing short of throwing on workout clothes that this thing is not going to go with. So really beautiful. And again, it has that wooden looking heel to it. So just a really lightweight shoe that you can wear now and then obviously into spring, summer too. Such a rich color too. I love, love, love this color. People always go like, oh, I don't know what I have that, like if I need another one of this color. And I'm always like, I have at least 6 pairs of shoes in my closet in this color because it goes with everything. You don't have to think about it and it's neutral. So really, really pretty. And again, really limited edition because of the way that they're handmade. And then the other loafers, so we have this one. This is a bestseller. This does have that blackout sole. So this is the black on black. Has that scrunch heel. So if you have a narrow heel, this is gonna hold on really nicely. This leather is like butter. The leather lining and the outsole, it just like wraps and hugs your foot beautifully. So comfortable and dresses up so well, especially as we go into holiday and we're thinking of parties and standing. I know we've got something Saturday that I have to be a little dressy for. It's like this level of dressy is perfect for all of those events where you're still gonna look very tailored, very put together, but you're actually gonna feel good in it. And then we did the kind of smoke gray taupe in that same shoe in the suede. So really soft, really neutral, a color you probably don't have in your closet that can pair well with all of the dark brown that's out right now. So really beautiful, soft leathers. And again, it has that scrunch back, so great fit for if you have a narrow heel. And then next up are the two that we had the restocks in. So this one we sold out of, well, we sold down to like 1, I think. And we just got more sizes back in. So you guys have loved this. Mary Janes are still trending like crazy. So this is a way to do a really well-made, really beautiful Mary Jane, softest leather ever. The awesome thing about HOMERS, you're gonna have them like for 15 years. They are so ridiculously well made that not only are they made to like actually walk in, so great for travel, but then they're just, the quality of materials is so good that it's like every 15 years you buy a new one. So really, really well made. And that's when we start talking about like, if we have somebody come in and they're like, oh my gosh, I've never spent more than X amount on a pair of shoes. And it's like, well, your price, obviously it's a higher initial investment, but your price per wear is so much cheaper in really well-made shoes because you have them forever and then they fit and feel good while you have them. So it's a really different way of shopping versus buying something that's cheaper and it's gonna hurt and it's gonna last you 1 season and then you're throwing it away. This is really sustainable, long-term, quality craftsmanship. So really soft leathers. This one is beautiful. It looks great with black too if you need kind of an all-purpose go with anything shoe. And then this one is back. So this one flew when we got it in before. We sold out down to a 37.5, and then Renee, one of our customers, and she now is one of our shoe specialists, she was like, oh, it's my size, I'm gonna try it on. And she messaged me, can I get those? I love them and they're my size. It's like, yes, you can. So these look like a really uncomfortable shoe. So they have the pointed toe, they have the stretch top, but if you actually like look into it, the insole in it is actually really cushioned. So it's really comfy, has that sacchetto construction, so it bends with your foot, has a little bit of a heel, has an actual outsole, so you're not walking on the ground. So looks terribly uncomfortable, It's so comfy, which is why it sold so fast last time. So we got a few sizes back in this one. Again, super limited, but we went ahead and reordered it and had to make some more for us so that as we move into holiday, if you need something that's gonna look like a dressy pump, but in a flat, that we have something for you as we move into holiday parties. And then we have the little bow loafer. This is a more structured loafer. They're so cute on the foot. We had them last year and you guys loved them. Definitely a cute little office shoe. It's more substantial, so it has a thicker outsole. So if you're doing a job like a realtor or a banker where you're on your feet and you're standing and you're walking, this is really gonna have a great outsole that's gonna be able to withstand all of that. You see when I go to bend it, it will bend, but it's not that flexible sacchetto construction. So it's definitely a more structured, more supportive shoe. Leather liner, fabulous footbed, has that bow. These are just such a pretty tailored kind of menswear look to it. And then we have, hey Steph, and then we have the gray. So the gray is really pretty, really neutral. And again, go with everything. It looks great with black, it looks great with brown, with denim, with navy, with all the things. So really, really pretty, great for the office. And then we have, we're going backwards. Okay, we have the bow loafers. So this one I personally love. I am not a bow person, and I think this is so cute. It's just a way to make it a little daintier, break up the front. So if you have a little longer foot, it's really pretty on. This does have that kind of sacchetto construction and that stretch back, so it holds onto the foot nicely. And you have the black outsole with the brown upper. So really pretty. Again, such a great neutral, goes with everything. And it also comes in black. So if you need just a classic black, this is a really great option. And then we have the flat boot. So this is the only flat boot that we ordered from them. And this is because you guys say over and over that you can't wear heels sometimes. So you're like, I just need a flat. I'm going to be doing a lot of walking. I can't have any forefoot pressure. That's where this comes into play. Just classic, beautiful staple for your closet. It's going to go with anything. Such a soft leather. This actually has stuffing in it. Let me take it out so you can see. So look at that leather. It's just like buttery. Has that inside zip. And then they did something really cool here. They added this cinch through the top of the ankle so that it holds onto your foot better. So your heel's not going to move as much. So anytime you get into a boot, the first thing you say, oh my gosh, my heel is slipping. And it's like, okay, an inch of slipping in a boot is so normal. Like even after it's broken in, an inch is very, very typical. This helps kind of hold you in place and snug it up. If you have a bigger leg or a bigger ankle, it's going to allow some stretch in there. So really, really pretty. Just a nice rounded toe. So nothing too pointy, nothing too square. So just a classic little travel booty. It's a really good classic basic staple for your closet. And then I love this one. It is so beautiful on. So this is the heel that's on the rest of them. It's about 1.5 inches. It is enough that it's amazing. It looks like it's high, but you put it on and it feels like a flat. It fits like a glove. And this is an outside zip. So if you have a bad hip or, like the angle, the outside zip is really nice. And it's something that's different that takes that zipper from just a function and turns it into a style accent. So really pretty, dresses up so well. This is beautiful with the dress and it hits really nicely and it dips down. So if you have a wider calf or bigger ankle, you're going to have a little bit more room in there on this one. So really pretty. And then the black. We jump here. We might not have a shoe cam of this one, but the black is the same thing, just cut a little bit lower. And then you have this kind of belted look. So it has the look of like that this is how you put the shoe on or the boot on, but then it has this hidden inside zip. So the inside zip is how you get in and out of it. So again, fully leather lined, fits like a glove. So this is the same shoe or boot as the brown one, just cut a little bit lower. Instead of having the outside zipped, we opted for that belt. So really pretty way to add a little bit of accessory to your boot to keep it from being too plain. But then with a pan on over it, it looks just like a classic black boot. This boot can also pull navy. So this has been really good because it obviously is black. It looks great with black, but it's a light enough black. It looks really good with navy. So we've had a lot of you pick it up and go, oh, is this navy? It's that kind of in between that it'll go both ways. And then we have this really pretty little classic dress boot. So this is the one that Kim ordered in navy, but it's just that luscious, soft leather, the perfect dark brown. So dark brown is obviously huge for the season. This is that same heel height as the other ones, but they did kind of do a horseshoe base. So really grippy, really comfortable. You have a really good outsole to it. So it's definitely a stand and walk kind of shoe. Such a great tailored look. This looks good on everyone that tries it on. It's crazy. People pick it up and they're like, oh, this is pretty. And then they put it on. It's like, it's gorgeous on everyone. I love a boot or a shoe that does that. That it's like, no matter what size you wear, no matter how wide your foot is or narrow your foot is or big your leg is or small your leg is, it looks good on every person that tries it on. So really, really beautiful, really special, just a really classic boot. And then last but not least is our clog. I think we only have 2 sizes left in this one. So such a fun little throw-on shoe. HOMERS obviously tend to be a little bit more dressy, a little bit more tailored. This is kind of from their fun court collection. So platformed out, you are high off the ground, but there's not a lot of pitch to it. And it does kind of round up, so you roll through your step as you walk, but so pretty. Love this whip stitch. The color is perfect, and this is all real cork. So really, really beautiful and different. So that is our HOMERS collection. And again, so keeping in mind 4 to 6 weeks, if you have a specific boot, a specific color, a specific size that you need and you need made up, 6 weeks puts us 2 weeks before Christmas. As crazy as that is. So we might be able to push them out a little bit sooner if you have like a party or something happening mid-December that you need them for, but they would be here in time for Christmas. They'd be here in time for New Year's. If you need something custom, or if you saw something today that you're like, oh my gosh, that would be perfect for this event that I have coming up, go ahead and come in so that if your size came in, you can grab it. And if not, that it'll be made up. So as always, thank you so much for shopping small with us. And if you have any questions, shoot us a message. We would love to help you shop. So y'all have a wonderful day. Thanks. Bye, everybody.